There is one habit that turns a struggling cucumber vine into a plant that just will not stop producing, and almost nobody talks about it. Most gardeners think more cucumbers means more fertilizer, more watering, more space. But the truth is smaller than that, weirder than that, and honestly kind of embarrassing once you hear it, because you have probably been doing the exact opposite this whole summer. Stick around, because by the end of this video you will understand why your cucumber vine has been holding back on you, and how one small shift changes everything. Welcome back to Earthly Gardening, the channel built for home gardeners who want real results without spending a fortune to get them. If this is your first time here, hello, and thank you for stopping by. This is a space where we take ordinary garden problems and solve them with common sense, not expensive gadgets. And if you have been here before, welcome back. You already know how we do things around here. Before we dive in, if gardening on a budget is something you care about, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now, because we drop videos like this every single week, and you do not want to miss the next one. Now let's talk cucumbers. Step 1, pick early, pick often. Let's get into this first step properly, because it is the foundation everything else is built on, and honestly it is the step people get wrong the most without even realizing it. Cucumbers are built with one single goal in mind, and that goal is reproduction. The plant does not care about giving you salad ingredients. It cares about making seeds and finishing its life cycle. So the moment even one fruit is left hanging long enough to mature fully, start yellowing, and develop tough seeds inside, the plant reads that as mission accomplished. And once the plant thinks its job is done, it slows everything down. Fewer flowers. Slower vine growth. Less energy going toward new fruit. This is why the fix is almost embarrassingly simple. Harvest young, and harvest constantly. A pickling variety wants to come off the vine somewhere around 2 to 4 inches long. A slicing cucumber should be picked while it is still firm, still deep green, and well before it starts looking pale, puffy, or oversized. If it looks like something you would see stacked in a grocery store display, you have already waited too long, and the plant has already gotten the message to slow down. Here is the part that genuinely surprises people once they hear it. You need to be walking your cucumber patch daily if you can manage it, or every other day at the absolute minimum. Not because cucumbers grow unusually fast, although they honestly do grow faster than most vegetables you will plant this season, but because a single overripe cucumber hiding under a big leaf can quietly stall flowering across the entire vine. Think about it like a small business. If a factory keeps producing but the finished goods just sit there piling up in the warehouse, eventually the factory manager slows down the production line because there is nowhere for the new stock to go. Your cucumber vine works exactly the same way. Your job, every single day, is to keep clearing that inventory so the plant keeps building more. A helpful habit here is picking a specific time each day, maybe right after your morning coffee, and doing a full sweep of the vine, lifting leaves gently to check underneath, because cucumbers love to hide. You will be shocked how often a fruit was ready 2 days ago and you simply did not see it tucked behind the foliage. Step 2, feed the roots, not just the leaves. This next one quietly sabotages more home gardens than almost anything else, and it usually happens because it looks like success while it is happening. You look at your cucumber vine, it is thick, dark green, sprawling everywhere, leaves the size of dinner plates, and you assume things are going wonderfully. But a plant pouring all of its energy into leaf and vine growth is a plant that is not pouring energy into fruit, and that usually comes down to one nutrient in particular, nitrogen. Nitrogen is fantastic early on. It builds strong vines and healthy foliage, which the plant genuinely needs at the start. But if you keep feeding heavy nitrogen all season long, especially once flowers start appearing, the plant keeps prioritizing leafy growth because that is what the nutrient balance is telling it to do. The fruit becomes an afterthought. The shift you want to make once those first flowers show up is toward potassium and phosphorus instead. These two nutrients push the plant's energy toward blossoms, fruit development, and root strength rather than more vine. You do not need anything expensive here either, which matters if you are running this channel's whole philosophy of budget-friendly gardening. Wood ash sprinkled lightly around the base of the plant is a simple, nearly free source of potassium many gardeners already have sitting in a fireplace or fire pit. Banana peels buried just a few inches into the soil near the root zone work beautifully too, slowly releasing potassium as they decompose over several weeks. The timing matters more than the product. Feed generously with a balanced fertilizer early in the season to establish strong growth, then ease off the nitrogen-heavy feeding once flowering begins, letting the plant redirect its attention toward the job you actually want it doing, which is producing cucumbers, not competing for the title of biggest leaf canopy in your backyard. Step 3. Water like the plant means it. Cucumbers are almost entirely water on the inside, somewhere around 95%, which explains why inconsistent watering causes so many problems that seem unrelated at first glance. Ever bitten into a cucumber that tasted strangely bitter for no obvious reason? That bitterness usually traces back directly to watering stress. When a plant goes through a dry stretch and then suddenly gets flooded with water, it panics, and as a defense response it produces compounds called cucurbitacins, which taste unpleasant and can even concentrate near the stem end of the fruit. The fix is consistency, not quantity. Deep, steady watering 2 or 3 times a week will beat a quick shallow sprinkle every single day, every time. You want the water reaching down 6 to 8 inches into the soil, which encourages roots to grow deep and resilient instead of staying shallow, weak, and desperate for the next light rainfall. A simple finger test works well here. Push a finger 2 or 3 inches into the soil near the base of the plant. If it feels dry at that depth, water deeply and thoroughly. If it still feels cool and slightly moist, leave it alone for another day. Morning watering tends to work best too, since it gives the leaves time to dry out fully before evening arrives, which helps prevent powdery mildew and other fungal issues that thrive in damp, cool overnight conditions. If you are watering by hand with a hose, aim for the base of the plant rather than spraying the leaves directly, since wet foliage sitting overnight is one of the fastest ways to invite disease into your garden. Let's pause here for just a second, because the next few steps are honestly the ones that surprise people the most, and I do not want you to miss them. If this has been useful so far, drop a comment below and tell me which step you are trying first this week, whether that is picking earlier, adjusting your fertilizer, or finally being consistent with watering. And if you have not already, go ahead and hit that like button right now. It genuinely helps this video reach other home gardeners trying to grow more without spending more. Alright, let's keep moving. Step 4. Prune with intention. Most home gardeners never touch their cucumber vines beyond the initial planting, and then they just watch the plant sprawl wherever it wants. But a little intentional pruning completely changes how energy moves through the plant, and it is one of those steps that feels counterintuitive until you understand why it works. Early in the season, consider pinching off the very first flowers that appear. I know this sounds wasteful, maybe even a little painful to do on purpose, but it actually strengthens root development before the plant starts pouring resources into fruit. A stronger root system built early supports a far larger harvest later than a plant that started fruiting too soon on a weak, underdeveloped foundation. As the vine continues growing, trim away some of the lower leaves, especially ones that are yellowing, shaded out by the canopy above, or resting directly on the soil. This improves airflow around the base of the plant significantly, which lowers the risk of fungal disease, and it redirects the plant's energy toward the sections actually producing fruit rather than maintaining leaves that are barely photosynthesizing anyway. If you are growing vertically on a trellis, which is genuinely one of the smartest space-saving and budget-friendly tricks available to home gardeners, occasionally pinching the very tip of the main vine once it reaches your desired height encourages the plant to focus energy into side shoots instead. And side shoots are exactly where a large portion of your flowers and fruit will end up forming, so this small snip can noticeably increase your total harvest over the season. Step 5. Help pollination along. Here is something that quietly ends cucumber harvests early, and almost nobody realizes it is even happening until their vine mysteriously stops producing. Cucumbers depend on pollinators, mainly bees, to physically move pollen from male flowers over to female flowers. And the interesting part is, you can actually tell these flowers apart just by looking closely. Male flowers sit on a thin, straight little stem. Female flowers have a small swollen bulb sitting right behind the petals, and that bulb is literally the baby cucumber waiting for pollination to trigger its growth. If pollination does not happen, that little bulb slowly yellows and drops off the vine instead of developing into fruit, and this is often mistaken for disease or nutrient deficiency when really it is simply a pollination gap. If your garden does not see many bees moving through, or if a stretch of cool or rainy weather has kept pollinators away for several days, you can step in and hand pollinate using something as simple as a small soft paintbrush. Gently collect pollen from an open male flower and brush it directly onto the center of a female flower. It sounds like an unnecessary extra step, but during a slow pollinator week, this single action can be the entire difference between a vine that stalls out and one that keeps producing steadily without interruption. Planting companion flowers nearby also helps enormously here. Marigolds, borage, and zinnias all draw pollinators naturally into your garden space, giving your cucumbers a free, low-effort pollination boost throughout the entire season without any extra work from you once they are planted. Step 6. Mulch for consistency. This last step ties every previous step together into one steady system. A 2 to 3 inch layer of mulch spread around the base of your cucumber plants accomplishes several things simultaneously. It locks moisture into the soil, directly supporting the consistent watering routine we talked about earlier. It keeps soil temperature more stable, and cucumbers genuinely dislike sudden temperature swings between hot days and cool nights. And it suppresses competing weeds that would otherwise steal nutrients and water your cucumber plants need for fruit production. Straw, shredded leaves, or even plain grass clippings all work perfectly for this, and if you already have any of these lying around your yard, this step costs you absolutely nothing. It is one of those small, unglamorous habits that quietly reinforces everything else you are doing. Consistent moisture supports strong root development, strong roots support steady flowering, and steady flowering means the harvest simply keeps coming instead of slowing down halfway through summer. Put all 6 of these together, harvesting early and often, feeding with intention as flowering begins, watering consistently instead of randomly, pruning with purpose, supporting pollination when nature falls short, and mulching to hold everything steady, and you end up with a cucumber plant that behaves completely differently from the one most people are used to growing. Not a plant that gives a short burst early in the season and quietly fades out by midsummer, but one that just keeps producing week after week, almost like it forgot it was ever supposed to stop. If this video helped you look at your cucumber patch a little differently today, that is exactly what earthly gardening is here for. Hit subscribe if you have not already, tap that like button on your way out, and drop a comment letting me know which of these 6 steps you are starting with first. I read every single one. Thanks for spending this time with me, and I will see you in the next video.